Here's Tucker Carlson on how to not fall in despair. It's good life advice. Good, stay positive, get off your phone, look after your kids. He makes fun of Taylor Swift, which I think is great. Welcome to Exile. Thanks for keeping me company.
I can tell you, it's bad to be in debt for sure, but making money does not make you happy. Sorry, spoiler alert.
I lost my job and now the channel's back, so I have my job.
Someone told me the other day that, and I can never even remember her name, but she's like a deeply tormented pop star who just endorsed Harris. Whatever her name is. Megyn Kelly told me last night that she's made $1 billion. $1 billion. And I thought to myself, I may even have said it, then why isn't she happy?
Taylor Swift walks around scowling all the time. She looks incredibly upset and unhappy. And it is true. Riches, they can bring you pleasure. They cannot make you happy or bring you joy.
Why is she so miserable? She made $1 billion. Don't you sort of retire and just smile until you die? In fact, you never die, actually. You live forever if you make $1 billion. And she's so miserable. I've never heard a word of her music, but I just look at her and I'm like, wow, you hate yourself. It's bad. Kamala Harris, same thing.
And she's super skinny. Taylor Swift is. No woman that skinny can be happy. If you're as skinny as Taylor Swift out there in my audience and you're happy, let me know in the comments below. Because part of happy is eating carbs.
There is a way to look at what's happening around us that will only defeat you and turn you into the hateful monster they accuse you of being.
The left is trying to turn you into a hateful weirdo, and they're going to do it by false accusing you. The Bible has a different response. Number one, to love your enemies. Number two, is remember, if they hate you, remember that they hated Jesus first. So it's weird how that kind of disengages the greatest harm they can do. Even if they throw you in prison, you got to see it coming. They're trying to make you miserable.
I only realized recently that part of the reason that they call people names is so that people will become those things. If they treat you with that level of contempt and unfairness, it's totally possible you'll become hateful.
We do not respond with, say, unfairness against Trump, even if he loses the election out of unfairness. That's not where our happiness can possibly come from, guys. So don't give it to him.
And that's the one thing that you can't become. You cannot be hateful, because then you'll just be Taylor Swift or Kamala Harris, like another tormented, unhappy person with no kids projecting hate outward toward everyone else. And don't be that. That's not only is that bad for the country, it's bad for you.
The greatest way that Taylor Swift could become happy and quit being unhappy is by stopping being Taylor Swift. If you want to remain happy, do not be miserable like them. Do not be hateful like them.
One way to see reality is through the lens that, most of us perceive it through, which is our phone. It's literally a lens. It's a piece of glass and we're staring at it and everything on it is curated. And at some point you have to wonder, why are they telling me this? Is there some reason? Maybe they're not being totally honest.
Oh, and why, as I go through my phone, are they basically telling me stuff I already know?
And one of the reasons, of course, is to distort you as a person and turn you into a monster, like they are, of course. Another reason is to dispirit you so they can control you, so you just give up completely. But above all, it's really to break your spirit. Of course, it's to humiliate you. That's why Joe Biden hired that press secretary.
Karine Jean-Pierre is here to drive us nuts. I like this theory.
I was confused by that at first. I was like, wait a second. The job of the press secretary is to talk, but you're illiterate. So wouldn't you be the last person? I'm dyslexic, okay? Very dyslexic. If you hired me to do your taxes, that would be an act of self-harm. You'd have to want to go to jail to hire me to do your tax, because I can't.
First, it's like a flex, like the Biden administration. They're performing a flex in hiring Karine Jean-Pierre. They're going, oh yeah? Well, what if we hired the worst person in the world and you can't criticize her, or you're a racist or against her being LGBTQ?
So if you're hiring Karine Jean-Pierre for a job that requires talking, maybe there's something else going on here.
And it's time to call her that. She is a stupid person, okay? I didn't say she's mean. I said she's stupid.
Who has that kind of amazingly modern combination of low IQ and high self-esteem, which is always bewildering to me. Studies have shown this, that the dumbest people think they're the smartest. I'm a historic first. Really? You're a moron? Okay.
In my experience, it's a lot of college kids, elitist college kids. They didn't earn anything, but they have a huge an incredibly high self-esteem, and they are incredibly dumb.
Like, this country's so screwed up, they have someone who can't speak English talking to me about what my government is doing, and I can't understand what she's saying. And she hates me. Yeah, that's the point.
Don't fall for it. They really do want to create your Republican tiers, and it doesn't work. Look at me. I'm the happiest patriot I know.
Is to see the reality that's actually around you, not through your phone, but around you. And yes, that very much includes nature, and it very much includes animals, okay? Spending time with animals is medicine.
Animals? Oh, look, it's my little Newt. He makes me happy, little Newt. Back to Tucker.
But the most important thing is to take stock of the people in your orbit. And they are what matters, much more than anything that happens in Washington or anything that comes across social media, the people right around you. And if you're looking for your duty in this life, like, what's the purpose of my life? What am I here for?
Yeah, you can't save the country if you can't save your own family. So love the people around you, neighbors, friends, family, people you meet each day, people you meet at church, other people somewhere. Go give them a smile. Give them a little pat. Tell them thank you.
Fewer people ask those questions than ever before, but you still hear them. It's super obvious. Like, the person in bed next to you called your spouse, and the children you created, and your siblings, and your parents, and your coworkers, and your neighbors, and your nieces and nephews, and your drunk brother-in-law, and everyone who God has put right in front of you. Your job is to serve and love them. That's your first job. That's your main job.
Vote for Grandpa.
Oh. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you, honey. Great job. So cute. Oh, he doesn't want to get off the stage. Oh, wow. Look at that. He's got the gene. Thank you. Thank you, Luke. You know, I said, say MAGA. I whispered into his ear, so cute. I said, say MAGA. He said, vote for Grandpa. He didn't care what I said. And that was actually much better, right? That was much better. Thanks, Luke.
And in my case, my wife is the beloved Miss Tenaple, most important person in my life. And after her, the kids, of course. The kids are more important than me. Literally, everything they want and need is more important than me. I learned that from my dad. Dad goes last. I'm Doug in exile, and I'm happy because I'm last.